prepare for a golf tournament?
Well, I hit balls maybe 20 minutes, putt a little bit, smoke 4 or 5 cigarettes, drink 3 Diet Cokes, and go to the first tee. Some days I won't even go to the range.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. F*** it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.
Here we go. It's Monday, March 3rd. It's another edition of the Daily Puck Drop. We're broadcasting from the world-renowned Puck Sports Studios built by Limbach Lumber. They got everything from free deliveries, everything from whole house packages to homeowner DIY projects. And they got the largest stock moldings in the Northwest. They got old school service, folks. They've been doing it since 1930. Give Limbach Lumber a call at 206-782-3487. Visit them online, limbachlumber.com. Let the experts take care of you. It is a great local Ballard institution and company. All right, coming up on the show today on the Daily Puck Drop, we go live every day at 10 a.m. for the live viewers and listeners. Thank you. Welcome in. If you're unfamiliar, if you're watching or listening to this later on the podcast versions of it, we are live every day on Twitter and YouTube. Just search Puck Sports. Also on the Puck Sports mobile app. Download it from your favorite app store today, iOS and the Google Play Store for your Android and iPhones. And those in the live crowd, in case you miss anything, we're always up on YouTube later. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment there. Also up on Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your podcasts. And, of course, everything up at pucksports.com, where you can sign up to be a Pucks Posse member for just $5 a month to get all the free content we do daily at the Daily Puck Drop. And in addition to that, VIP and exclusive content like Ryan Divish throughout the baseball season. Part 2 of our Dane Brugler NFL Draft Countdown Series will be out later today, so you'll get that as well. All to the, in addition to our free content as well. All right, coming up today, local kid victory. We'll get to that. We'll get to some DK drama. Brad Adam of Root Sports will stop on by. We'll give you a little snippet of Dane Brugler from earlier today in the Combine recap. And, of course, it is a Monday. Not one, but 2 sponsors bring you the great, the one and only Jim Moore, the go-to guide. He's brought to you by...
Hey, I really appreciate Brian Turner and sponsoring me on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with the Clean Streak, professional window washing and exterior cleaning service. They've been serving Island and Skagit counties for more than 10 years. They've got window washing, pressure washing, roof and gutter cleaning. Focus on your gutter cleaning this week, Puck. I went outside on Sunday. It was raining. The spouts are supposed to take care of the water, but I noticed that there was water coming over the sides of my gutters. You know what that means? That means my gutters are full of crap. You want to get rid of that crap so that the gutters work the way they should. So to do that, don't get on a ladder. I don't even have a ladder to get on. I don't have one. And so I'm going to call somebody down here to help me out. But up there, Island and Skagit County, for a free estimate, call Brian Turner at a Clean Streak 360-395-5748 or visit acleanstreak.com. And also my thanks to the Home Course for their stay and play package starting at $109, one of the best bang for your buck courses around. And you know how great that course is, the Home Course. Get down there and check it out. Between now and May 31st, you can get 2 free rounds with a cart, and all you have to do is pay for one night's lodging at one of the conveniently located hotels there in DuPont. Limited number of packages, so book today at thehomecourse.com/stay. That's thehomecourse.com/stay.
There you go. Professional read by a man who is professional. You can also follow all of Jim's writings at the, what you remember what it is?
Jim Moore, the go-to guy.substack.com.
There you go. And there's the website, Jim Moore. When you put the picture of the Girl Scout, did you want to not include her eyes?
Why?
Well, because, look, you can't see her eyes.
Oh, no, you can see her eyes. Well, no, we'll click on Good Karma Weekend, and she comes up.
I know she did. Look how cute she is. Is that the actual girl? Did you just take that?
No, I just stole one. I just Google image Girl Scout cookies, and there you go. You're right,
though. You're right, because you go read the latest work, Jim Moore, the go-to guy, .substack.com. He talked about his good karma this past weekend in Bend. I am like you. when they are out there wherever they go, usually at grocery stores, they were posted up at the local Safeway up here on 85th this weekend. I don't know how you pass by one of these girls and go, "No, I'm good." I don't know how you do it. You can't.
I can't do it. You just have to. It's only $6. The girls are so darn cute and nice, and so. And I don't even like Girl Scout cookies that much. I guess the ones, that have the caramel and the chocolate and the coconut are pretty good.
Oh, the
Do-si-dos, are they? Or
yes.
okay,
Yes.
But the rest of them, like they have a new French toast version this year.
They always have a new flavor.
Yeah, but I bring them home, and I'm just like, well, I can't go buy them. And when I walk in, I say I'll catch you later. When I come out. And I know everybody's saying that, and then they just continue to walk.
They don't do it. They don't do it.
Yeah.
They don't do it. And I hate those people, a special place in hell that do that. I'll get you on the way out. And then they don't get you on the way out. You know what they do? They go out the other side. Or they do, I don't have any money on me. I don't have any cash on me. You know what?
And have you ever done that, what I did that I mentioned in that Substack story, where you get the cash back? Where you get the little button that says 20, 40, 60, whatever.
Yeah.
And does it, number one, it pisses you off every time there's a fee on that sucker, right?
Well, it happens.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. But this time I felt like I needed cash for the Girl Scout cookies.
Sure.
And so I hit the $20 button because I didn't have any.
Mm-hmm.
Well, have you ever done it where you hit that button and absentmindedly walk out without grabbing the money?
No, but I could see how it would happen. That's what happened to you. So you went out and you came back in. We don't want to give the whole story. Well, you can give as much away you want, but you go in there, but the good karma was that no one stole it, right?
Yeah, my $20 was sitting there. The guy turned it in. He was like, "Hey, the guy in front of me must have left this," and he didn't take it. Now, would you have taken it? Would you have considered that found money?
I believe in this. I was 12 years old one time playing with my buddies in an empty house lot, and I found $20, and most 12-year-olds would have just kept the money, right? Most everybody. I went in and said, it's not my money, and I went, and they were doing construction on the house, and I posted it on the door. Said somebody left $20 back here.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I think that serves you well. That makes you a fine young man.
I think it does too. It does too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe in karma. I believe in it 100%. I believe in it.
Oh, karma's huge. Karma's a thing.
Yes.
Karma is a thing, and bad karma is a thing.
Yes, I'm with you on that one. So someone returned it. You were able then to go out and get your Girl Scout cookies. What did we buy?
And I profusely thank that person too.
Sure,
I got the French toast kind.
Ooh, and are they good?
I don't know.
Oh,
because I'm trying. Because I'm trying.
Jesus Christ! Do we have another month where we're not having something? Good Lord! What's it this month? March is what now? Sugar-free March?
March is sugar-free March.
I like how February was like the shit-face February. Good God! I think one day we'll have to drink once a day, and that turned into 55 drinks. Is that what we're chalking it up to?
It might have been 60.
Jesus Christ! And you have the audacity to ask in the column, do you think I have a drinking problem? I had 60 drinks in a month. I don't know, maybe.
Are you sure? Wait a minute.
60 drinks in a month, I think, is a lot.
If you have 1 or 2 drinks a day, that's supposedly okay, according to some doctors. And so 2 drinks a day would be 56 in February.
All right. Well, hey, you do you. But now we're off sugar for March?
Well, yeah, so far. Yeah. 2 days in. Okay, I'll tell you this. Okay, I bought 2 packages of Girl Scout cookies. Did not eat those. Now, in that same Substack article, I mentioned I went to Sherwin-Williams. They had those little mini cupcakes sitting out there.
Because it was
free.
her birthday.
They were free, mini cupcakes.
And you did.
And they got the white frosting on there with the vanilla and the chocolate and all that.
So good.
I said no to that. Kathy brought me a vanilla milkshake from McDonald's yesterday. I said no to that.
Why vanilla?
I'm big on vanilla milkshakes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Not so much a chocolate milkshake guy. Strawberry I'll do.
Hey guys, hey kids, if we're keeping score at home, Bend, Oregon, White House interior.
Oh, you're gonna go down that path again? You really gonna do that?
Vanilla milkshake. God, it just adds up, doesn't it?
Yeah. And you're probably a peanut butter milkshake guy.
Oh, well, chocolate and peanut butter. And no one makes a better chocolate and peanut butter milkshake than Red Mill Burgers.
Okay. When was the last time you had one?
Been a while. By the fall, because there was right by, I don't know, I'm leading you, I'm just putting it on a tee for you, so whatever, you hit it out of the park. Probably because where the Vampire had football practice over in Inner Bay, there's one right there. So after practice, like, hey, let's sneak in there for a milkshake and a burger.
Well, okay, how are you teeing that up for me? That seems
I just thought you were going to say it looks like you had one yesterday.
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not always rude.
I did have a milkshake yesterday, though, a chocolate.
From
Dick's.
Oh, Dick's shakes are great.
Great. Had a deluxe cheese and a chocolate shakes after baseball practice, sitting in Goldie the super fan. Nothing better.
Yeah. Perfect.
And the people that leave and drive away and don't eat there, I don't understand them. I don't get it. The whole point, the nostalgia of Dick's is to eat it in the parking lot.
Yeah.
In your car.
Hey, bummed out about Burger Master because I saw they finally closed.
Yeah, that's it. We didn't go to it much, but it's it's an institution, been around there forever. It's just another reminder of just that we have to have more condos, and and I love people like someone here. Well, I remember when I first posted that story about a closing, and all these idiots online. We need more affordable housing. You're an idiot if you think anything over there is going to be affordable.
No,
you're just
a
moron.
In the U district?
In the U district. Yeah, it's going to be real affordable. It's going to be a real cost saving over there.
And if I don't know what the plan is there, but if it's 3 or 4
condos.
stories, if you're on the 3rd or 4th floor, you can see the lake.
Yeah, it's condos. That's what it is. Like everything else in this town, it's condos. Condos.
Yeah. View condos, got a studio with a view of the lake.
So you haven't touched the Girl Scout cookies. Send them up my way. Send up the peanut butter. Send up the tagalongs.
Yeah, okay. I did think of you last night, though. I did think of you because
those
I had some celery and peanut butter. That's really an underrated snack where you're kind of going.
Like it.
You're going healthy, but not so healthy if you have too much peanut butter. But
that's the thing, though, is I love my addiction to peanut butter, but I don't like the celery and that combo.
You don't like the peanut butter and celery combo?
No, I'm not a big celery guy. Does that surprise you?
I don't. Well, no, I don't understand why people are into celery.
I don't. There's no taste. There's nothing to celery. What's the fascination with celery? No one eats celery and goes, this is great. No one does. No one does. Like I'm telling you, I think we eliminate celery from the vegetable catalog. There's no use for celery. What is it?
It's
what?
I don't know. It's just for people who think like, okay, like Kathy brought home another bag of celery, and we already had a bag in the refrigerator, this weekend. I'm going, what are you doing, man? We got enough celery as it is. And the only reason I'm eating it is because I thought, God, I think I'll go back to when I was a kid and have it with peanut butter.
Well, sure, everyone does that with the what do they call it? The ants on the log. Then you put the raisins on it too.
I haven't tried that. I haven't tried that.
Yeah, do that.
I'm with you on celery though, but isn't it like 80% water?
Yeah, I'll just drink water then.
Yeah. Okay.
Send up those tagalongs. Salad, I guess. Send up the tagalongs. God, I love tagalongs. Oh my God, so good.
Are those okay? Those are the coconut ones with the chocolate and caramel.
No, tagalongs are the peanut butter chocolate ones. Samoas, Samoas are the ones you're with the coconut.
Okay, but you're like me though. You can't just have one or two.
Yeah, I'll eat the whole box.
And so
fast.
So why even start? That's what I tell myself.
Because it's fun.
No, I know, but God, after you eat like 8 of them, it was really good while you're eating all 8 of those. But as soon as you're done with that 8th one, you go, God, I'm a fucking idiot.
But what I do though, I think my secret trick, and I don't think it's a secret. I think a lot of people do it. I put them in the freezer.
Yeah. Well, that's where we have ours right now.
I put them in the freezer. I put them in the freezer. I love that in the freezer.
You think they last longer?
Yeah. Let's get to the local kid. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Local kid. And you won some money. I mean, real money. You might be the only one in America that actually put money on Joe Highsmith to win the Cognizant.
I did.
Tell everybody what the odds you got for him to win.
Go Joe, $8 at 100 to 1 puck. And it's only because he's a local kid and I've kind of been following him. Like I'll put money on Andrew Putnam every week because he's a local guy. I used to put money on Kyle Stanley. It was because he's from Gig Harbor. And I mean, we talked about it before the show started. I mean, he hasn't really been playing all that well, but that kid shows flashes of going low. And boy, did he do it over the weekend. 64, final 2 rounds.
Well, the best part about the story, if people don't know Joe Highsmith, he's a local product out of Tacoma, Tacoma Country Club kid. He went on to start Pepperdine. He's a small, wiry guy. He wears this giant size bucket hat. I mean, it's like the biggest thing you've ever seen in your life. Left-hander, smooth swing. I remember, maybe you golf nuts will remember him, when Pepperdine won. Did they win the NCAA championship? I think they did. And he was a part of that group. The best thing about the story was he had to make a putt on Friday on the 18th hole to make the cut. He had pushed his birdie putt 5 feet by. He comes back on it, and then he admittedly says he hated the putt coming back because I think it was a right to left putt that he does not like. He admitted afterwards, I never make those putts. It's the one putt when I see there that I have to line up, that it makes me the most nervous. He drains it. He makes the cut on the number. He's just the 3rd player in the last 15 years to make the cut on the number and win the tournament. Last person to do it was Brant Snedeker in 16 at the Farmers Open. I mean, that's incredible. And he goes 64, and then you're like, well, he had to squeak it, ease it out on 18 or the pressure on 18. No, it was like wrapped up before he even got to 18.
No, it was crazy. I was out running errands and I came back and I thought, God, it'd be nice if one of my guys would come, from out of the pack and have a great round. Like I bet on Damon every week too, Joel Damon. I had $10 on him at 100-1, and he was kind of semi in contention, the whole weekend. But no, it was really cool to see that.
And you know what his odds were, Jim? I believe, and someone can fact check me on this one because I think I read this correctly. You know what his odds were on Friday?
No,
I think 1,000-1.
1,000-1. Yeah. No, it's
ridiculous.
It was crazy to see because typically you see a kid like him get close to winning and then something happens, where it's a learning experience for him and he'll take that into the next tournament and grow from it and all that kind of thing. But meanwhile, all these veteran guys are out there just shitting the bed, and then he's just like zooming right past them, playing like he's at Bellevue Muni or something.
And that's the thing about Joe Highsmith. He wasn't playing well. He was playing awful golf. That's why I just betting on this stupid sport is miserable. We talk about that all the time. Is that he just nothing. He wasn't playing well at all. And then he comes out and wins it, and then now he's going to be playing in the 2025 Masters at Augusta. Jim Nantz, when he sees him, there's the young Joe Highsmith. I've heard many stories about Joe from Freddie Couples. He could be the young version of Freddie. Didn't grow up going to Beacon Hill, the tough streets of Tacoma and Bellarmine Prep, and Tacoma Country Club.
Yeah, really roughing it there at Tacoma Country Golf Club.
He somehow made it through the rough and tumble Lakewood, Washington, Tacoma Country Club. But there he is, Joe Highsmith, walking over the Hogan Bridge.
You got a picture of him with the hat so people could see that?
I can find. I mean, the hat is the biggest hat in the world. Joe Highsmith's hat.
Yeah, it's on my Twitter feed. Do you know the story behind that? Shouldn't we know the story behind that since we're golf nuts and he's a local kid?
What is it? Something to do with cancer?
No, I don't know. I don't know the story. I'm just wondering if you do.
I don't know. Maybe there's not a story. Maybe he just likes the hat. Could be. I mean, Joel Damon wore it because of skin cancer.
Yeah. But this one's even bigger than the one Damon was wearing.
It's the biggest hat. Here it is. I'll share it. There. Hold on. There it is. It's huge. I've never seen anything like it. It's the biggest hat in the world. It's bigger than him. Like, I mean, it is so big, that hat. So I have just a real quick, rubbing of the shoulders with Joe Highsmith. I've got a buddy, a college buddy, and And then a bunch of buddies there now, but well, because of him. College buddy that is a member at Tacoma Country Club. And one Saturday we're out, I don't even know if it was a Saturday, it was a Wednesday, whatever. Out there playing, and that guy and Joe Highsmith, 15-year-old Joe Highsmith is playing in front of us. And my buddy is like, you got to watch this kid hit the ball. And he's teeing off right before us, and you're like, just watch him. And so what is he now? Is he 24? So what, 9 years ago? And it's just, we sat there and we're just BSing with him for a day and watching him hit the ball. And I mean, I just see nothing like it. I mean, just see someone that young hitting the ball and everyone. And then, there's a huge group of guys that are members there that have all played on the PGA Tour, right? The Putnams, Andres Gonzalez. I'm gonna miss a bunch of names that people are gonna kill me on. But there's a lot of PGA professionals that have played there. And they all, even at that age, at 15, they would say, yeah, but this guy's the best. He's the best of the bunch. And so good for Joe. That's an awesome story. A lot of perseverance and hard work, like all these athletes go through. And so it's kind of cool. Kind of, when you're able to kind of see someone like that at such a young age and hit the ball just a million miles and better than everyone else. And to see him to win for the first time, which is so hard to win on that tour and just golf in general. So cool for him. And he gets to play in the PGA Championship and also gets to play in the Masters. Pretty sweet.
Well, yeah, and then it was great that his mom was there to see it in person too.
Yeah,
it was very cool, and he talked about that a little bit about like she was going to leave, I think Saturday night or Sunday morning, and he was like, "Hey, Mom, what if I'm 5 under after 11? You don't want to miss that, do you?" And
right.
she changed her flight and decided to stay, and then got to celebrate with her son. That parent moment, I was just looking at that, going, "Oh my God, that's so cool to see her and giving him a hug."
Yeah, it's awesome to see it, and now you got a betting favorite. I love that you bet on him and you won and you never win.
Pretty much it was lucky. Like somebody on Twitter asked me, "Well, how'd you pick him?" And I explained, it's a local kid and all that. But every week I just kind of sprinkle a few bucks on 8 or 9 players and just roll the dice and hope that one of the guys will be in contention on Sunday. And then typically, Puck, my guys aren't in contention. So I have to do that, the bonus bet to bet on a guy that's in contention and lose even more money. But I need to have action on Sunday with somebody. Like I put extra money on Michael Kim yesterday. I thought maybe that he would come through. But and Michael Kim's great on Twitter, and he's a great golfer too. But God, Highsmith just overran everybody yesterday.
Yeah, you feel for the Knapp guy. He fell apart. So you just you never like to see that, but.
Yeah, I mean, he's a trivia question, years to come, like name the last golfer to shoot a 59 who lost the tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, you shoot a 59 in a tournament, you should win, shouldn't you?
Did you know who of course and he's going to be that's why that sport's so crazy. You can shoot a 59 and then lose and then, blow up on a weekend. It's a maddening. I mean, everybody that plays golf, I'm sure everyone that's watching and listening, everyone kind of plays golf. You have these great rounds, these great shots, and then you wonder, why can't I not do that every time? I don't know. It's just, it is the most frustrating yet most fun sport that there is.
Well, I felt bad for Knapp. Of course, I felt bad for Knapp, but it was just another reminder of, I think his stats early on in the tournament, he was hitting 74% of the fairways. And then he went from that to just being a circus out there. Yeah. But we've all been there before. God, sometimes when you're playing golf, even at our level, you just feel like every shot, well, okay, that's not too difficult. And then the next time you face it, it just seems like the hardest shot in the world. And you put it in the water or the sand or whatever, OB.
So his, who his caddy is, right?
I saw that. I didn't know that Joe LaCava was his caddy. Was it just a
no, his son,
thing, or?
His son.
Oh, I thought it was LaCava.
No. The son of Joe LaCava. That's his caddy.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, okay. His son. So LaCava's the one that was, for people who don't know, was the caddy. Couple of things. One, this is how you remember him. Casual golf fan. He was on the bag when Tiger last won the Masters, and then he was the one who almost got in a fight with Team Europe in the Ryder Cup.
Well, and then wasn't he with Freddie when Freddie won at Augusta?
Yep.
Yeah.
Freddie in 92. Exactly right. Oh, and by the way, Full Swing is out, season 3. I can't believe I haven't started it yet. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write that down tonight because I just want to fast forward right to when Scheffler got arrested.
Hey, I thought the same thing. I thought, God, I can't believe it started. And what jogged my memory was there's apparently Rory McIlroy, divorce details, and then
Ooh.
not divorce and getting back with his wife.
Does
So
it have any juicy stuff with Amanda Balionis?
it might.
God,
I
'cause
don't
that was
know.
the
You
big
you
rumor,
want
right?
that stuff, don't you?
Of course, yes. That he was stupid Amanda Balionis. Of course, I want that.
I enjoy the interviews with her and him now.
Well, especially now, you're like, oh, what are they talking about? Of course.
They're completely professional when they do it, which is, to their credit.
We don't know if they actually had an affair, but I love to speculate away anyways.
Yeah.
So you were doing a bunch of stuff this weekend. You were not glued to the combine?
No, I saw a little bit of the combine.
Yeah.
What was it, Friday night maybe? Because it's all prime time.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I saw a few guys running around. I was happy to see Kyle Williams with a 4.40.
Good for Kyle. Good for Kyle Williams. We'll have more on the combine later. Give you a few minutes of Dane Brugler, who is this week's episode is all about the offensive line, about the guards, and he so again, Seattle's going to draft an interior lineman, we hope, and he goes into great detail about the linemen, and especially the linemen that are perfect fit for this new offensive zone blocking scheme, or not new, but zone blocking scheme that Kubiak and Dennison and this crew are going to run. So you don't want to miss it. It'll come out. I'll post it later today, the full one, but I'll give you the 5 minutes of it coming up a little bit later in the show. And then last week, I don't know when did all the DK drama come out? Was it Thursday? Did we even talk about it on Friday? But this whole DK drama, he's going to get traded, not traded. Packers are calling, all these other teams are calling in. I don't know what's true or not true. And especially the combine, this. I know you cover it, but when you get a bunch of agents and then front office people in town, they like to float out stuff to just kind of start things, right? And get people talking, and maybe half of it's not true. Maybe more than half is not true. I'll just say this stuff about DK. If, please, for the love of God, anybody that works and lives in Seattle, learn your lesson from Russell Wilson. Please stop saying that there's no way someone can get traded. Just stop saying it. Just stop. Everyone can get traded. There is no one on that football team that is untouchable. I don't think. There's not one player untouchable. Not for me.
Witherspoon, maybe?
No. None of them are untouchable.
Okay.
Not one of them. I don't think.
Well, I thought that I think Corbin Smith might have been one of the first to report that.
I think he was, yeah.
And Corbin was with SI.com, and he's starting a new venture, right? With some other guys. I should know this.
I don't know.
Yeah. Corbin got into it with Seaside Joe, too. It was kind of like, we were talking about
Seaside Joe? Who's Seaside? You went on his show, Seaside Joe.
Yeah.
I thought it was Rooftop Joe.
There's a local reporter squabble going on.
Wait a minute. I thought it was Rooftop Joe.
Yeah, he changes his name from time to time.
So wait a minute. Why does he change from Rooftop Joe to Seaside Joe?
I don't know. You'll have to ask him about that.
I'm not going to ever ask him, so I'm just asking you. Why?
You want me to ask him? You don't think he's going to ask it? He's not going to ask you to go on his podcast?
Probably not. I mean,
come on.
I just want to know, why do people do this? I think there's a chance they could trade him. I think they would listen to him. If some team blew him away, why wouldn't you listen to him?
Okay, I agree with you to a point, or I should say I agree with you until I heard what Deebo Samuel in that trade. Am I wrong about this?
But he's 2 years older and he's not as good.
How many rounds? Well, I mean, what fifth round?
Fifth round pick. But he's 2 years older, has injury history, and he's not as good.
Okay, I'll give you that. But does that make DK a first round?
I don't think he gets a first round pick. But
okay.
I don't know. I don't know what teams are willing to give up.
I don't. DK Metcalf, or at least a second round. A second round, I'd be like, I think I'm out on that.
I think a second round is probably applies more to him.
For a second rounder, though?
I think you got to wait to see what, again, I'm not advocating to trade him. What I'm just saying is people need to stop saying something's not going to happen.
No,
because then you look like a fool later when it does happen.
Yeah.
Just stop saying, I think everything's on the table. And I don't care what and I'm just going to say this again, with John Schneider, and Mike McDonald. I don't care what they say to Mike Florio or to anyone in the press about Geno Smith, and I don't care. They're professional liars. They lie. They're going to tell you what people want to hear. That stuff is so calculated, what they get out and what they say. It's so calculated. So
well, and Corbin Smith is a good reporter. He's not going to just throw stuff at the wall and hope it sticks. He's heard some things out there.
Yeah, but let me and I'm not taking a shot at him or anybody else, but that is a problem though in this industry now though. I'm hearing. That's not a report. I'm hearing is not a report.
I know you're trying to get clicks and you're trying to be first.
I know, but that's not a.
You kind of play loose with the journalistic.
Of course, you play loose with it, and again, everybody does. Everybody does that. I'm just saying that is,
I don't think
back in our day. I mean, we went to journalism school. You had to have two sources, like two.
But I don't think everybody out there does that.
I don't think everybody does.
Garofalo doesn't do that.
Maybe he does. I don't know. I bet he has. I bet he said I'm hearing something.
Ask him on Thursday. Hey, have you ever kind of just hung it out on the edge and thought,
probably not after I just said that. No, the only thing I care about on Thursday when he comes on is just how much money would he put on Jordan Schultz to kick Rappaport's ass.
He'd be rooting for Rappaport.
I'm not saying he wouldn't be rooting for Rappaport. I'm just saying, have you seen Ian Rappaport? He's the size of a munchkin.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Jordan Schultz is like 6'4".
Yeah, but you can't tell sometimes. Rappaport might know martial arts.
Does he look like someone that knows martial arts?
No. Who was the old Stanford coach? Mike Montgomery.
Yeah, sure. The basketball coach, yeah. Did he know martial arts?
Well, when I first worked with Calabro over at 710,
sure.
We had Mike Montgomery on one day, and I thought, oh shit, I gotta do a Wikipedia search on him, and so I did all this research on Mike Montgomery preparing for the interview. Well, some wise ass, you can just go in there and doctor up something if you want, and it said something about that he was a black belt in martial arts or whatever, and so of course during the interview I go, hey, coach, tell us more about the your martial arts background. And he just goes, he paused and he just goes, what are you talking about, man? He goes, do I look like a guy who'd be into martial arts?
This is why you can't base your questions and research on Wikipedia. We've all done it, though. We've all done it. We've all done it. We've all done it.
I know. My face turned red, and I was like, and then Calabro was like, wow, Mike, how's the Cardinal looking this year?
Hey, Mike, I'm up here on Chelan. Let me tell you, the lake, so beautiful. I'm going to get out and play probably play 9 at Bear Mountain. That's a terrible Kevin
He was so much fun to work with. He didn't really want to be there. You know what I mean? He just was like,
does anybody really want to be there? Does anybody?
He'd show up 3 minutes to 3 and be like, hey, buddy, let's do a show.
That's what we did. That's what we do today. It's kind of the same thing, I believe.
Oh, God, he's a beauty.
Let's take the surfboat out real quick here. I got to do it. Oh, we got a show. Who do we got on today? All right. I'll be there in 5.
He just didn't want to do it.
Yeah, well.
Oh, God. Everybody loves him, though. Yeah,
so
I still think about him down there covering the Trailblazers. They're playing better now.
Yeah. So DK. So again.
Yeah.
No one. I don't want to trade him. I don't want to trade him. I'm just saying that I think everything is on the table with this football team. So.
Yeah. Well, I saw somebody on the chat line. I mean, a second and a third, you'd have to consider that, I guess.
Well, I just would want to. I mean, you can manipulate the salary cap all you want, but you got a lot of money. First of all, you're over the cap anyways. You're going to get under it. I mean, you've got to make these hard decisions. You want to change the identity of your football team, don't you? Yes. So I mean, now you can still change that identity of that football team, But again, you want to lock up so much money in two particular players, one being DK and the other being, Geno Smith. You're good with Jackson Smith here for a little bit. You're going to be good with a third wide receiver because you're not going to pay that guy. You're not paying your running backs next. I'm really intrigued with this draft, and we'll get into it more as we get closer on the NFL draft countdown. No one should be stunned if they draft a running back. And I know people are going to think, well, why would they draft a running back? They got Kenneth Walker and they got Zach Charbonnet. This is like, and you can listen or watch it later today, and most people have said this anyways, this is one of the most talented, if not the most talented and deepest draft class in the history of the NFL draft for running backs. And Kenneth Walker is going to his last year. And I don't know if they'll pay him. He hasn't stayed healthy. He's been a good running back, but he hasn't been able to be on the field. So I don't think anybody should be surprised if they ended up drafting a running back late. Or it's mid-round. I don't know.
Where do most of the mock drafters have Genty going? Do they have him top 10, or does he slip lower than that?
I think it's in there. Yeah, top 10. I haven't checked out my latest, mock draft. When is your mock draft coming out on Jim Moore, the go-to guy, Substack.com?
God, I'll probably have my first one next week, and then
good. Looking forward to it.
0.02 or whatever will come out.
It's 2.0.
2.0.
Are you going to write a
Mine's
column?
going to be 0.02.
When are you going to write a column on gloating that the Huskies finished last and are not going to be in the Big Ten tournament? I mean, we've gone the show almost 40 minutes and you haven't brought it up yet. And I want to bring it up because there's the one person that sent me the email that won't buy will not become a Puck's Posse member because you keep bagging on the Huskies. And I just don't think first of all, the person said, I'm not going to pay you and I'm not going to support any of the businesses.
Oh, well, I mean, doesn't that guy know that we're Cougs? And
I tried to explain.
As longtime Cougs, we root against our biggest rival, and I don't care if our biggest rival's in a different conference. I'm still going to root against them. Is that okay?
So when are you going to take your victory lap on that they finished last?
Well, I already have. I mean, you've seen it. I mean, I'm taking victory laps on Twitter all the time, and then people are like, God, that's a tired act. You have too much time on your hands. You're clueless. You're old. You suck.
All true. Like, all true.
All true.
Yeah.
All true. Guilty.
You're not telling him anything he doesn't know, people.
And then, I love the one too, like, oh, better to be 18th in our conference and 7th in that weak-ass conference you're in.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, I know. Or actually, we're 6th now.
Yeah, we're 6th. We got the 6th seed. And this WCC tournament is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, we don't play for like 3 weeks. And then we're automatically in the quarterfinal. Gonzaga plays 2 games, basically.
Yeah. Well, we could win the first 2, but there's no way we're getting past Gonzaga and St. Mary's. There's no way.
Maybe we do. You never know. Maybe we go on a run. What if David Riley and his unkept look on the sideline that he's being criticized for and his 5 o'clock shadow, what if they turn it on and they make it to the NCAA tournament?
What have you seen in the last month and a half that makes you feel like they're going to suddenly go from a team that gives up 61 points in a half in 2 consecutive games to
nothing?
Hey, Washington State back in the tournament for the second year in a row.
Not a thing. So that starts Thursday, the WCC tournament. They'll play on Saturday. They're going to either play Loyola, Marymount, Pacific, or San Diego. One of those 3 teams.
Okay. Well,
Huskies
all losable games.
Well, of course they're all losable. and here's the beauty of them. No lead is comfortable.
I know. It's so funny, Husky fans, I'm like, we realize our team's not very good, okay? We realize that, but your team is really shitty. Well, our shitty team beat your shitty team, they're right about that too.
Think about
But
this,
I will say this. I think if we had played in the Big Ten this year, we wouldn't have finished 18th.
Yeah.
We just wouldn't have.
Can you imagine who is like the best college basketball writer? Who is that? Who's like the premier college? Like Andy Katz? Is it Andy Katz still? Is it Gary Parrish?
Yeah. I mean,
okay. Are they going to write a story on the trivia question? Who spent the most money on an NIL deal for a player this year? And where did they finish in the
I mean, should we feel bad for that kid?
No. Why? He got $2 million. Why would I feel bad for someone that got $2 million?
Well, for two reasons. Because he didn't live up to the $2 million they paid him. And number two, his parents shouldn't have named him that. Come on.
I like the name. I don't have a problem with the name. I love the name. Great Osabor. That's a wonderful name. I'm in.
No, but I mean, if you're like Great Osafor's friends, and you're growing up with him, and let's say he sucks at, I don't know, tetherball.
Not so great, are you?
I know. That's all you get. And if you're not great, like if he's not a great basketball player, his parents should have named him.
I like it.
Good or
I like it.
Fair. I mean, I don't get it. I wonder what that's been like.
Probably some significance.
That's what I would
like
do.
it. I think it's a cool name.
If I was covering that team, I would ignore Sprinkle and whatever. Oh, hey, #1 recruiting class in the Big Ten next
so
year.
You would just go right into why did your parents name you Great?
Oh, I'd write 1,000 words on that.
How many people do you think would actually read it?
Well, more than they'd read game stories from Percy Allen about how.
Hey, why are we taking a shot at Percy Allen? What'd Percy do to you?
He didn't
Percy
do anything.
alone.
He's just stuck having to cover that horse shit team.
Stop taking a shot at Percy.
No,
Percy
Percy's
did nothing bad to you.
And I hung out with Percy on the road. We went to the men's clubs down in Houston, and we had a good time.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I love Percy. Huh?
I don't think you do. Not after you just took a shot at Percy Allen.
No, well, I'm not reading Percy Allen's game stories, and I like the guy.
There's shot number two. I'm not reading it.
Okay, when was the last time you read a Husky game
I read it every day. I read everything in the paper.
Because you feel like you have to.
I just do it. It's out of it's just the thing I do. I don't know.
It's because you have pucksports.com and you're doing a podcast.
No, I just like to read the paper. I like to read all the stories.
No, I know, but you wouldn't be reading about, hey, how'd the Huskies do last night?
I just do it. Hey, don't tell me what I do, what I should do. This is what my preference.
Here's what I bet you do. When they win, you don't read the game story, and when they lose, you do.
Oh, I read it all. My favorite part in the paper, but now it's kind of gone. Remember the Dwight Perry where you get all the stories, weird stories from across the country?
Yeah, the sideline chatter.
I missed that.
I worked with Dwight. He was one of the best teammate co-workers that I've ever had. He's just terrific.
Hey, speaking of the of the tournament that the Huskies and likely the Cougars will not be in, I knew this, but I was just reminded of it. I think a couple days ago. I forgot that we have the NCAA tournament back here. First round, climate pledge, first time in like 10 years.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, awesome. That's great. God, I love going. I'm telling you, that is some of the most fun you can have at a sporting event is going to a second round tournament at a site. It's just a blast. And you get in there in the morning and you spend all day there watching games. You know how many times I did that as a kid? Well, not how many times. I think it was twice or maybe 3 times when we had the Kingdome growing up. God, I love that. God, it was the best.
Well, I've got a buddy who does that every year. He's got a group of friends, and they pick a first round site somewhere in the country, and that's their annual trip.
Last time
or going to Las Vegas for a sports book.
Well, that's a good one too. But last time I went was when the what year was that? 2008, 9? One of the Cougars went with Weaver and Cowgill. They beat Notre Dame in Denver at the Pepsi Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was fun.
I was there the year before when they were in Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, we look back on the Kingdome, like everybody's like, I'm glad the Kingdome's got. I
that was
still
so
have
much fun.
Fond memories of the Kingdome, and 2 of those were the Final Four being in the Kingdome. Was it 89 and 95?
I watched Ramil Robinson there. Remember when he hit the free throws?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ramil Robinson, PJ Carlissimo with Andrew. God, what was the
kid from Australia?
What was his name? Andrew what? Oh my God, I'm gonna drive me nuts.
Australian though, right?
Andrew, Australian, Seton Hall. Whoa, Andrew Gates? No. What is his name? Andrew Gaze.
You got it.
Andrew Guy. That was such a fun team. And then I believe, what was the other team? George Washington was there. Was it Yinka Dare? Yinka Dare was there one year. UNLV was there. Yeah, that was awesome. There was a Final Four. There was I think an Elite Eight was there as well. So yeah, I miss it. That was fun. That was fun.
Did you ever watch any Sonics games from the 300 level?
Yes, I think I saw them. They play the Mavericks there. Yeah, not many though.
But I remember back in that day, like in the 300 level, you get tickets for like $2 if you wanted to go to a Sonics game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still miss the Kingdom at times.
Oh well, who
because
doesn't?
we will never hold a Final Four again.
No, we don't. Hey, I got Brad Adams coming up here. We caught up with Brad earlier today. I had to tape Brad because he had stuff to do. Well, he had to celebrate. It's his birthday today, so everybody wish Brad Adam a birthday today on social media at Real Brad Adam. I want people to guess how old he is.
Okay. The thing is that, well, okay, I won't spoil it for you.
Oh, you already know.
I don't really know, but I think he's in his 50s, but he looks like he's 40.
That's what I'm saying. You look at the guy, and you're like, he's 38.
Yeah.
And you know what else he's celebrating? This year for Root Sports. You know how many years he's been? He's been at Root Sports for 25 years. This is his 25th year at Root Sports. 25 years.
Wow.
That is remarkable.
Yeah. He does a great job too. And, he might be tired from being on the road so much this year, but he won't show it.
No.
He won't show it at all. He'll look just all prim and proper and good to go wherever he is.
Yeah. So a lot
Hell
of guesses.
golfer too, by the way. Have you golfed with him? Brad? Yeah.
You know what? We've never golfed together.
I played once at Gold Mountain with him.
Yeah.
And his dad.
Yeah.
Brad has he's good.
Brad likes to move it around. 46, 45, some guesses from people on the chat. He's a double nickel.
Brad's 55?
55 years of age.
God, if we could all look like that at 55.
Unbelievable. I asked him, what do you do? I'm thinking like he's got some secret. No, it's just I eat right and exercise.
He probably doesn't drink that much either.
Drinks in moderation. Doesn't have 60 drinks in a month.
He doesn't. Are you sure? No. Like maybe, that Brad, maybe on the months that have 31 days, maybe he's kind of flirted with 60 before.
I think he has.
Like, after a game on the road, he's like, Jesus Christ, I can't believe I got to cover this horseshit team. And, just start pounding them.
Yeah, well, don't think he has, sir.
I'll tell you what, wise guy, you start counting how many drinks you have in a month and get back to me and tell me if you get
want me to
close
do it?
50.
Yeah, but then I could cheat the system though, just not have a lot of drinks that month.
Okay.
Right? I could. Right. I mean, and be like, "Oh, I had 10." You're like, "That's a lie." Or I could just lie. I mean, that's the other thing. I can just simply lie to you.
Yeah, I gotta have a good week because my kids are coming down here on Saturday, and I'll probably. Saturday night, first Cougar game, 8:30. Hey, boys, want to have a couple cocktails? Go Cougs.
Couple cocktails with those two? Yeah. All right, sir. What else do we got? I'll send it to you real quickly. King 5 tonight, 5:45. Be a big story on the Ballard state champion high school gymnastics team. 5:45 tonight on your local news. Chris Egan.
Okay. And from talking to Egan last week, it sounds like your daughter's going to get some airtime.
Sounds like she's going to get some airtime, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Is she as quotable as her dad?
Don't need that ego. Yeah, we're cut from the same cloth.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Oh, another thing, too, real quick. Cougar spring game, I'm just mentioning it. It's coming up April 12th, which is also the Saturday of the Masters. God, I wanted to go to the Cougar spring game, but I can't think I can do that now. Jimmy, I released it on Friday, so it's the weekend. People probably didn't catch it. Jimmy Rogers' podcast that I did last week when I was in Pullman with Maple the Superdog is up and available on all podcast platforms: YouTube, Apple, Spotify. Go check it out. It's a short one. It's about 20 minutes long. Good stuff there from Jimmy Rogers. Want to get caught up on the new Wazoo football coach before they start their spring practices, so it's available there to you. All right, what do you got planned for the rest of the day?
Oh, man, I got a long list. Look at this long list here. Look at that. Long list of things to do. I got to buy a toilet today.
All right. Get on it.
Yeah.
Don't want to be crapping outside anymore.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Buck.
Yeah, we'll see you later. There he is, Jim Moore, the go-to guy. All brought to you by A Clean Streak and also The Home Course. Go check it out. Clean Streak. Big thanks to Brian Turner. Been a big sponsor of this program here for quite some time. Also, the home course. Go check out and book your tee time today at one of the most fabulous golf courses in the state of Washington, thehomecourse.com. As I mentioned before, caught up with Brad Adam earlier today. Normally would be live, but Brad had some stuff to do because he's celebrating his birthday today, and that's where we started our conversation today, talking about a man celebrating his 55th birthday. Well, we've got to start off this week's Brad Adam extravaganza with a happy birthday.
Thank you.
Do I sing happy?
Come on.
I mean, I'm not much.
Happy
Birthday to you.
You undersold yourself. Come on, keep it.
Happy birthday to you. It's kind of a Ron Burgundy. I was just watching actually the other day when Marilyn Monroe sang "Happy Birthday" to John F. Kennedy, and I'm thinking he's banging her, and the wife's sitting right next to him,
and everybody
knows
knows
she's singing "Happy Birthday,"
and they all knew,
and everybody knows.
Oh, love it!
Happy birthday,
thanks,
Brad
man.
Adam.
Feeling good.
Can we divulge the age?
Sure. I like every day, to be about me, but definitely today is.
Yeah. How old are you?
So I go to dinner last night at my dad's. And all the little place settings he had 2 nickels in front of every plate. And I went, that's very clever.
The
double nickel. And rest assured, Puck, I took those nickels home with me.
Well, times are tough.
I got them in my pocket. I'm going to carry them all year.
That's
double
great.
Nickel, 55.
God, you look great. What's the secret? Honestly, what is it?
I've said this a few times, Puck, and it's a couple things. You try to eat somewhat healthy and exercise.
Okay.
Drink in moderation.
Yeah.
No hard drugs. And
soft drugs are in.
Soft drugs. And then you have to stay active.
Yeah.
With the spouse there. So I think all this combines to keep healthy glow that we have.
When we say, okay, I'm intrigued. We'll get to baseball, okay? I promise. I don't know. There's not. It's spring training. I know you're going to go down this. We'll get to that. But listen, I want to know what is that? A breakfast? We eat healthy. We're like fruits and vegetables. Well, no. Did you not, like me yesterday after baseball practice with the Little League team, did you go to Dick's Drive-In and get a deluxe, a cheeseburger, and a chocolate shake? And then later they go, God, I really am struggling to drop that 15.
That 15. No. Egg whites, because I got to watch my cholesterol. So I've done egg whites. Okay. Yep. No. Oatmeal. I do, cereal with fruit cut up in it. Okay. Just basic stuff. Like today, I'm gonna go. We're gonna go. I think we'll do like Panera for lunch or something. Okay. But Puck, here's the scam on your birthday. My oldest, figured this out last year.
Okay.
I don't know if I told this story. We went out and we tried to get as many free things as we could on the birthday. Did I remember?
I don't think you've told this.
It was an all-day affair. It wore me out. We started with. Now, you got to download all these apps.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
She
went
downloaded
to
all the apps.
The breakfast place.
Yeah, breakfast place, get something. Starbucks, you get a drink. You go to the mall, all the pretzel places, you get a free pretzel. Cinnabon, you get a free Cinnabon. Jamba, you get a little something. So you were doing all of this? So we're doing all of this with the girls, and we're sharing. And then let's keep going. Fries at McDonald's, a little bunt cake freebie. Chipotle, chips, and guac. The stuff we ate was like just...
Is there an app that tells you this? Like, how did the girls figure this out?
Exactly.
They just knew.
I think they just went to the Google and said, free stuff on your birthday, and it just lists all of the restaurants.
That. Is that a tradition that you do, or did that
we just started it? So
I love that. So you spend a whole day with the girls wandering around to find the free stuff. That's great.
So I'm doing that today with the wife a little bit. Just basically, you go in and anywhere and you say, "Hey, it's my birthday. What can I get for free?"
Let me ask you, and no one ever checks. Do you
no
have
one
to
checked.
show anything?
No one ever checked. It was funny. But you got to download the stuff, and the girls did that for me too.
What do you mean download it?
You got to download all the apps. Every place you go to, they're like, "Do you have our app?" I sure do.
To get the birthday special,
because then they'll look you up and they'll say, "Okay, there's your app. There you go."
That's the secret.
Secret is get the app, and then just don't take no for an answer. Jimmy John's, I talked the guy into a full meal deal. You're supposed to I think just get chips and a drink or something.
Yeah, that hard. Is it
and
that hard up over there at the work?
No, it was just something fun to do.
I love it. That's a great idea.
With the girls, showing them what a little kindness, a little confidence can get you in life.
Can you get into like a movie free? Have you done that, like a movie theater?
At 55, I might be able to get a discount. Or,
let's look that
I know
up.
65 for sure, but 55, I think you start getting some.
Yes, you do.
Some discounts. God, that's sad.
Hold on.
I gotta say I'm a senior.
I don't think you're a senior yet, are you?
But 55. If I get a discount, that means I'm a senior, right?
I love the first thing that comes up. What discounts do you get at 55 in Canada?
Probably
not
more.
In Canada. Let's see.
What's going to happen when the Blue Jays play here? No Canadians are coming to the States. Are they going to not come and spend money in the United States, do you think? That's going to be interesting.
Well, that's been a trend right now, right? They're not. The Seattle Times is a big story.
They're not coming
yesterday. They're not coming
the U.S.
down
anymore.
Well, here's the thing: do Mariner fans, if they do come, do they boo the anthem? Are we going to do boo gate? Is booing gate going to continue?
I hope not.
Ross, hey, listen.
Yeah.
Here's what Google AI is telling me. Ross, dress for less. You get 10% off on Tuesdays.
Come on. Because I'm 55?
Yeah. Goodwill, 10 to 25% off on specific days.
Goodwill, okay.
Walgreens, I do like a good Walgreens. I prefer
Shampoo
Bartell's.
Or something? Yeah.
20% off on the first Tuesday of the month.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. T-Mobile Park.
Yes.
The Magenta 55 plan offers a variety of phones and services plans to customers who are at least 55 and older.
There you go. It's like the real big phone with a huge font. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Probably. And there's no buttons on. There's like no social media. There's no internet, right? It's just
you're a big Joanne fan, so 20% off on
Joanne
senior
Fabric.
days.
I think they all went bankrupt. Unfortunately.
You know what? I think you're right. I do think you're right.
My daughter's a big seller, so we get fabric from them, but I think Joanne's is gone.
This is great. God, you're now in the prime of your career.
This is 25, Puck. 25 years up here.
Yeah.
Covering your Marineros.
25?
Wow.
This is year 25.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
You've grown up in front of our eyes.
Right in your eyes. And you and I have been friends for all 25 of them.
All 25. I can't believe you've been there for 25 years.
Yeah, Angie's like 27 or 28.
Good Lord.
Yeah, and then here we are.
Are you excited? Do we get is there a party? You want me to throw a party for you?
I would like that. Yeah, I think I might have a little party down there in Peoria, as I am going down this weekend.
That's
got
right,
games
you are going down.
Friday night against the Dodgers, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it will.
And
how about
Sunday.
Ohtani in his first at-bat in spring training?
Does everybody homer their first at-bat?
Okay,
right?
but I mean, it's just like...
Ohtani homered, Bregman homered,
Bing!
somebody else homered. It's like every first at-bat. Soto homered.
Montez keeps homering for the Mariners. Can we just put him on the team? I mean, I don't know. He's not ready, probably. No. Can we just put him on the team, please?
Yeah.
It's more fun.
Like to have him as DH.
Sure,
that would be fun.
Just DH him. God. I'd like to be entertained this year. All right, so you're going down this week as a newly minted 55-year-old, 25 years covering on Root Sports. We have a birthday dinner. How about go to the old school Los Dos Molinos? The one that's up in the mountains.
That would be good, yeah.
The one you have to drive by a community with burning tires in the street.
Yeah,
go to that one.
Yeah, I'm going to try something. I'll reach out to the guys because Friday's a night game.
Okay.
But Saturday is a day game, so definitely Saturday night could be big.
You bringing the clubs?
Got a 12:30 tea time, my friend. Saturday, 12:30.
God, you're 12:30.
It's like
all you care. This is a golf trip, basically, was sprinkled in with some baseball.
I have to go to a baseball, but Saturday, it's a non-TV game, Puck. So it's like golf. Go to the game as a fan.
Oh, you're golfing.
Go to the game as a fan.
Where are we golfing?
We went to golf. We went to golf. Right there, which is a nice track that I've played before. It's right in Peoria, the Arrowhead.
Oh, sure.
Country Club. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's nice. They do a nice job. The last time I played there was like they gave us a $50 rate for MLB. That's another great thing. You just call up and say, "Hey, I'm with the Mariners. What's your MLB rate?" and everybody has.
Well, okay, how about do we
rate.
MLB rate? But now we have a birthday rate.
I know, right? 55.
How long?
I wonder if golf courses give you a break at 55.
Give me a chance. I will look it up because I'm on another website right now that's telling me the 37 senior discounts you can get starting at 25. Starting at 55.
55.
Yeah. Best Western hotels, Caesars. Caesars has the deal.
Okay.
Are you a big cruise line guy?
No. But I can get a deal? I might,
Yeah,
I might become one.
Yeah, Carnival, Holland of America, Royal Caribbean.
All right.
Rental cars, Hertz has one. Hertz has got a deal.
I think I'm getting Hertz
Yeah, well, there you go.
when I go to Peoria. Okay. So I can get a little discount, 55. I won't tell Root, and I'll pocket the difference.
Oh, Denny's.
Denny's always
You get a
Grand
separate
Slam or something.
It has a separate menu for 55 and older.
Is it like healthier? Like egg whites, I have to eat
Probably,
yogurt?
or food that's easy to chew and swallow.
Oatmeal and yogurt. Those are your two choices.
Hey, enter Amazon Prime, you get a discount.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're eligible now for
Amazon
a membership
Prime
of $7
discount.
instead of $15. A
Cut it in
50% discount.
For Amazon
they
Prime?
figure you don't have much time left.
Gotcha.
So, hey, get on in.
I'll be calling them today. Thank you.
This is great.
This is great.
Golf discounts. Hold on.
Yeah, let's
golf
see if it's
discounts
at
at 55. There's got to be something.
Got to be, right?
You got to be. Many golf courses offer discounts. Golfers who are 55 or older include lower green fees, free green fees, and weekday or weekend specials. What do you mean free?
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you're going to have all types of
That'll be great.
deals.
So on the road, when I roll in with, players or the coaches, and I'll just say, hey, you got that senior discount?
That's it. But you probably, don't say it too loud. You got that,
Right.
you got that senior discount.
Get that senior discount.
Hey, well, good for you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You excited to go down there for
excited.
spring training?
I am. Yeah, I didn't make it the last, I think, 2 years.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get down this year. Excited to see just the guys in general. It's been months since I've seen them, and getting reports and talking to a few of them, you get a little feel for spring. But
Sure.
you got to get down there, right, and see.
Well, the good news for you, Brad, is that they haven't added really many new players.
Nobody new to get to know. There's a few. But I want to see Munoz and his new pitch. I want to see Montas. I want to see some of the other kids.
He has been, every time
Dude,
it's just
right?
like, there's just, there's another highlight. When this guy hits the ball, my God, and I know it's Arizona, and I know it's the weather, but I think if you watch his approach, and I remember talking to Devers last week about it, when he hit the first home run, the mammoth shot, really, if you kind of take a step back, the most impressive thing were the first two at-bats where he drew walks.
Yeah.
And I think it just appears that, you'll probably get a glimpse of it this weekend. And just talking to Ryan, he said last week this is for him, and I'm trying to blank on how many years he's covered the team, 15 plus, maybe 20.
Yeah, I think he's close to. Yeah, he's probably close to 20.
Because he was before the Times. He was at the News Tribune covering him.
Mm-hmm.
He said it's the best collection of young offensive talent he's ever seen.
Really?
Yeah.
With Young and Emerson, Montas.
Well, then Emerson, God, that's kind of, he wrote a huge story. How many times do you write a huge story about a guy working a 15 pitch at bat and then getting hit? But it was a great story just about Emerson and his approach
and how young he is too. That's impressive, right? 19.
Yeah. So
right. So the problem is these guys are a couple years away.
I know.
It's great that they're there.
Yeah.
And the Mariners, have done pitching year after year after year and just haven't developed anybody really.
Mm-hmm.
So this is good to see. Again, you just hope that it kind of coincides with the pitcher still being there, because that's going to be paying him pretty soon.
Because that's the rub,
Exactly.
right? Because it's like when Montez comes up and Emerson and Young and Ford probably Ford and all these guys,
Mm-hmm.
and not all of them are going to hit, and I think we all understand that.
Right.
But by the time that they come up, now does it coincide with the pitching? Or are you losing guys with the pitching because you pay them? You still have those guys under control for a long time, but the point is that you have to start paying all of them, and then now it doesn't start adding up.
Yep, the arbitration's going to start adding up. We already saw it with Logan this year. Kirby got a little raise. They're just going to keep increasing. And then I believe, let's see, this is what, year 3 for Miller, so he'll be ARB eligible, right? And then Wu is a year behind, so they're still in pretty good shape. You're right, still in pretty good shape. But
how about our guy Cal Raleigh flying back to accept the award for the Seattle Sports and then getting back on a plane,
right back to Peoria?
That was really cool. I thought we kind of mocked it on Friday a little bit because we were just having fun with Chris Egan about it, but
why?
Well, because he was like, he was like, maybe we should take it a little easier on him this season. I mean, he did come back. I'm like, I'm going to take it easier on him. But I thought it was cool. I thought it was really, it was a cool gesture, I think, on Cal's part to do that, because he could have easily just recorded a message and not come up.
Which is what Jordan Childs did,
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, obviously, it'd be kind of funny, right, if he flew and he didn't win. Like, we think you're going to win. Just fly.
Just get on a plane.
And then he's upset.
For 3 hours. I know your knees hurt, but...
And come right back.
Yeah, but it was really cool. And this is why I just would please run to his agency and give him whatever he wants.
Whatever the highest paid catcher is, just give him that. You know, you get a couple of arbitration years for him, you buy out, right? Some free agency years or whatever. Yeah, I mean, he's the one guy that you would absolutely extend.
And I got really excited when the news came out that he left Scott Boras. But then when I was chatting with somebody about it, they said, yeah, I mean, technically he hasn't really left, because it's the guy who's his agent worked under Scott Boras. Like it was
but a different agency, right?
I know, but that guy left to go start his own agency.
Gotcha.
So it's still the guy that, like, the point is, the guy that Raleigh directly worked with, that agent, is still his agent.
Gotcha.
That he just was under the Boras umbrella.
Gotcha.
Where Boras oversees those guys, but then Boras oversees a bunch of clients, but then those guys, I don't want to say the lower rung ones, but
have their own.
They have their own guy. That's the guy who's his agent. So
okay.
I mean, maybe nothing really has changed on that front, but we'll see. But God, it'd be nice to get something done.
Yeah, I mean, the one guy that you'd want signed would be Cal, because he's going to get better. And catcher's lifespan is not great, right? It's like an NFL running back, and especially the way they use Cal every game.
When they catch him every single day, for sure.
Simon, what it is now. I mean, you would think that it would make sense for Cal to sign before he hits free agency, right? In another
the offer's
3
not
years.
good though, Brad.
I know, but 3 more years of this, and then you hit the market, and I guess, I mean, he would be close to 30, right? As a
when
free
he hits
agent?
free agency.
That would. I mean, I guess you still got a few years, I guess, but I don't know if I'm him. But you're right. If the offer's not great, I know. I just hope that I hope it works out, because I think he's great. He's great with Dan Wilson. He's in a really good spot. He's talked about the difference with the team, the attitude. Dan has made a difference. I'm excited to see these guys, and I'm excited to see Dan for the whole year.
For the first year, right?
Right.
Just like he gets it, he gets the entire offseason, the entire year. And just to finish the Cal thing, he'll be a free agent at 31.
That's tough for a catcher.
Well, yeah.
To get like a big deal. I mean, he can get it certainly a few years, but I don't know. I'd like the security of having, like what Julio did, right? Julio kind of gambled and said, maybe if I'm great, I'm underpaid, but I mean, I'm taken care of for sure.
So besides checking in on Dan Wilson, what else are you looking forward to besides the golf? By the way, to go down and cover spring training this weekend.
In and out I'll hit that twice at least.
Wait, this doesn't go in with the diet.
I know it doesn't. I know, but sometimes
you have to work out extra hard after this.
I'll go for a run immediately afterwards.
Run. That's the cardio is a run.
Yeah, usually. Or if I can get, bike inside or something. If it rains, I don't like to run. I'm like a golfer. As I get older, I'm very fair.
I hate playing in the rain. There's no one that likes playing in the rain, playing golf.
Yeah, like go up and run in the rain. No thanks. My wife will run every day, no matter what.
Every day? You run every day?
No, my wife, not me.
Oh.
No. I look outside raining. Nah, I'm good.
How many miles does your wife run?
Oh, I would say 3 to 4.
Jeez, good for her.
It's ridiculous. Early, got the headlamp on, reflective
headlamp
tape
on and everything.
She's one of those. She's my motivation.
Yeah, good for her. She's a carrot.
She's one of those.
She's one of those. All right, so Dan Wilson.
I'm happy to see Divish.
Everybody is.
I like to give him a hug because he gets so uncomfortable. He doesn't like it.
Yeah, he does not.
Yeah. Guys that I love seeing Haniger. I want to see like the new look Garver, who's put on 10 pounds. Dylan Moore's put on like 10 pounds of muscle. Anticipate him playing all year. I like talking with him. His wife, was a college golfer, so I like talking golf with him. He's never beat her, which
that
is a shame.
Awesome.
I don't think I'd beat her either.
No, but it's
just cool. Yeah.
The man's ego's got to take a real hit there.
Right. See Luke Raley, who's fun to talk to. Just had new father, first child. So it's just cool to see all these guys and kind of catch up and see what they've done. Matt Brash, who I like a lot, and he's going to be huge for them this year. See how he's progressing and what's going on with him. And I don't know, just a lot. Pete Woodworth, who I love talking pitching with.
How do you think Dan will? Do you think Dan Wilson? Do you think Dan's going to change it all, or still the same guy that we saw last year? And once he gets a little bit more comfortable in that role, which he's going to be more comfortable now than he was certainly a year ago.
Right. I think Dan's just Dan. I think he's going to be the same. He's going to, he's never going to give you any Lou type answers, to the media. I think he's just going to be Dan. Does it because he has to. And then just focus on the team. And I think they're going to play a little differently. With Dan, I think they'll bunt more. I think they'll try to run more. I think they've got some guys who can steal bases and will. And with these new rules, it's a lot easier to steal. Yeah. We'll see first to third a lot more. I just think it'll be kind of a different, upbeat type, positive focus. Like every game matters, and every game, they're locked in and dialed in every game. Yeah.
Well, it'll be fun. Cool. I'm jealous that you're going down there. I'm going to go down there.
Ichiro, be great to see Ichiro. Talk about the Hall of Fame.
He looks like, awesome. It's almost too skinny. I looked at him the other day.
Yeah,
but
he's been playing weight.
God, he is.
Playing weight cracks me up. Full uni every day.
Full uni. Yeah. You can't take that uniform off of him.
You will never take it off. He might go into Cooperstown. He might be wearing the Mariners uniform. Not just the hat. He might be wearing the full uniform.
That'd be great.
Hey, but he said his speech is going to be in English, so I'm looking forward to that.
Can't wait for it.
That's awesome. But yeah, spring will be fun. Enjoy. I'll get this pasty white body out in the sun.
Yeah, get out in the sun. Golf. Enjoy it, will you?
Yeah, I will. And hope you'll be watching.
I will be watching.
Friday, Sunday. Thank you.
Friday, Sunday, games en route.
You got it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Friday, Sunday, games en route. Happy birthday, sir.
Hey, thanks. I'm going out to get free stuff.
Free stuff. There he is. Brad Adam, Root Sports, with us every week talking Mariners baseball. Check it out, YouTube. Also, Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your podcast. Of course, always up at pucksports.com. See you, Brad.
Yep.
Big thanks to Brad Adam again for joining us. We caught up with Brad earlier today. Because why? He's going to go celebrate his birthday. How about that, huh? 55. A double nickel for Brad Adam. It's just ridiculous. And not only celebrating his 55th birthday, but how about 25 years there at Root Sports? And the other good news, we didn't get to it because I forgot. Brad is back for one more year. I mean, we're doing the shows, but proud to announce that John Howie Stink is back one more time, sponsoring the one and only Brad Adam. For your pleasure this year talking baseball. All right, before we wrap it up, we got Hey What the Puck's still coming up. I want to give you 5 or so minutes of Dane Brugler, episode 2 of our 7-part series we're doing with Dane, covering the NFL draft. It's our NFL draft countdown show. Dane and I go way back. We're back in the radio days when he kind of first started doing this. Dane, of course, works for The Athletic, author of The Beast. The Beast is just a fabulous guide covering the NFL draft. Dane Brugler and I spent about 20-25 minutes talking about the draft. A lot on the offensive line today. I took about 5 minutes out of that interview today to cover that specific group and the player specifically that fits Seattle's new zone scheme system the best. It's all brought to you by Georgetown's new Tavern Beer. So here's 5 minutes with the one and only Dane Brugler.
Drink Georgetown Tavern Beer, your new locally brewed domestic-style lager. 4.2% alcohol. Cheap, good, local.
Was king. Tape is going to be 80% of the evaluation, but still, you would rather, if you're going to draft a guy, especially in the first round, top 50 picks, you don't want question marks. You want to eliminate those question marks. And so understanding the context of the different data points with the athleticism and everything the combine gives us, that's where teams.
Maybe we have an internet blackout. I don't know what happened there with old Dane Brugler just stopping there, stopping playing. Hey, what happened to our Dane Brugler show, for crying out loud? Oh, that was, you know what? That is a first since we've been doing this show, that something has not worked in one of our interviews. How about that? You know, there's a first time for everything. Should we give it one more try to see if we can get you 5 minutes of Dane Brugler? I'm not sure why it cut out there. And look at that. It's slowly turning. Where's that little circle? Maybe we don't get you a 5 minutes of Dane Brugler today. Well, that's going to be a real bummer. I had nothing planned here for the final 15 minutes of the show. We've got a black screen, no Dane Brugler. You know what? I'm glad that I stayed in my seat. I was about to just walk away and get on out of here and go use the bathroom. That's okay. I'm not sure what happened there. We'll get it fixed, and I'll give you a little glimpse of it coming up perhaps tomorrow. But Dane, the full episode, well, at least I hope the full episode's up. The full episode of Dane Brugler, about 25 minutes, will be up for Puck's Posse members. Coming up later today. Again, you can sign up for just $5 a month and get not only Dane Brugler, but you also get Ryan Divish of the Seattle Times. And again, with Divish, every week we give you 20 or so minutes of that free before we put the rest of it behind the Puck's Posse Patreon site. So sign up today, $5 a month is all it costs you. I don't know, it's not even a cup of coffee anymore. You get a discount if you sign up for a year. What you were going to hear from Dane there was a lot of talk about the offensive line. There has been a player, I don't want to give it away, but there's been a player that has been mocked a lot to Seattle at 18, but that player did not have a good combine. And nor does Dane think that player is a good fit for Seattle at 18. And a good fit just in terms of their zone blocking scheme. That it doesn't make sense when you watch, according to Dane, his athleticism, that it wouldn't be the best fit for Seattle. Now, he goes on and on about Gray Zabel. Now, we've talked a lot about Gray Zabel, and we'll do it coming up on Wednesday's show with Rob Staten. Probably talk a little bit tomorrow also with Danny Kelly. So we're covering the NFL draft as good as anyone. The episode on Wednesday, that has been a guy in Gray Zabel that Rob Staten has talked about a lot from SeahawksDraftBlog.com, and Rob does terrific work there as well on the draft. And that Zabel has been on people's radars for a while, but he would be the type of offensive lineman that would fit perfectly in this zone blocking scheme. And maybe Rob mentioned this before, and I just didn't recall it, but one thing that we talked about on today's show with Dane is Gray's ability not only to play guard, but to play center. That some teams in the draft view him as a center and think that maybe playing center might actually be, in fact, his best position rather than guard. You say, well, he never played center in college. That's right. He did not play center in college, but he did play center in high school. He was a center in high school. So the athleticism, they think of what he's shown at the guard level, and playing all the positions minus center in college would help him make that transition to the NFL. So if they do end up maybe getting him at 18, keep in mind, not only just an idea of where he could play guard, play center. Maybe they go out and Dahlman, the free agent from Atlanta, could still out and get a center there in free agency. But perhaps they could also get Zabel there in the NFL draft. All right, full apologies for the 5-minute preview of not playing. We'll give you the full episode coming out later today. Just sign up. Go to pucksports.com, sign up to be a Puck's Posse member, and get the full Dane Brugler, episode 2 of a 7-part series we are doing there with Dane. All right, let's wrap it up here. as we get on out of here for another edition of Hey, What the Puck, which is brought to you by our good friends at Restoration One. Hey, What the Puck? Restoration One's going to take care of you. It's your restoration company. It lets you avoid the stress of water, fire, and mold damage with their property restoration services. Locally owned and operated. Make them your first call when those damages affect your residential or commercial property. 206-817-8917. Visit them online at restoration1.com, the North Seattle franchise. We're going to do this on the Combine. One thing that Dane and I talked about a lot, we get caught up in this in the NFL Combine time of year where the measurables and how did they run, what did they lift, and what was their shuttle drill and their cone drill. And I don't know how much the personnel will value it. I mean, it really just reaffirms what they've seen on film. We as fans get caught up in it and get enamored by all the times. Bring that up because, as you'll hear if you go back and watch or listen to the Dane Brugler podcast, is that there's a player that did not have a great combine. That is a target for Seattle that you've seen mocked to Seattle at 18 and did not have a good combine and may fall in the draft. Well, the central question that Dane and I talked about, and I think is a good topic and a good discussion, is how much do you value the combine and how much do you value just what your eyes showed you throughout the season? And I think most personnel people will tell you, listen, it's 80% of the evaluation, maybe more, is based on what we saw during the season and not what we see at the combine. The combine just kind of reaffirms some of the athleticism, and then it's just getting to know the player, what questions we can ask, who can we talk to, how do they come off in an interview process. He did mention one player, I'm not going to give away the position, that did not fare well in the interview process. That some teams, and this is a guy that's has been mocked to be drafted pretty high, but said it is not like a lot of people that would pull the trigger on this particular player at that position are very cautious because that player did not do well in the interview process, and it will probably turn some people away. So I think you look at that as that's kind of the beauty and I guess the benefit of the combine is that one-on-one. The stuff that you see on the field, if players don't test well, or first of all, they work on this stuff the weeks and months leading up to it, and they put a lot of pressure on themselves because they know how much money and things are on the line for them, and it can be nerve-wracking, right, for them. But again, as Dane said, and I agree with him wholeheartedly, it's got to be more about what the film is. What does it show you? What did you watch for the 13 games there in college football to make a decision on who you're going to draft? But it is an exciting time for these guys. A lot of pressure on these kids because they've got to do it for 3-4 days. You see the quarterbacks, right? Will Howard struggled. Well, how much do you look at what Will Howard did this weekend where he was firing balls left and right, throwing in the dirt, throwing it over guys' heads. Now he's throwing to guys he doesn't know, no pads on. But do you look at that and go, oh, there's just no way we could draft Will Howard? Or does what his performance this weekend just reaffirm what you saw on film? There are certainly moments that Will Howard made some great, huge throws for Ohio State and very much looks the part of an NFL quarterback. And then on the flip side, you watch the film of Riley Leonard and you go, I don't really see it. But then Riley Leonard, according to all those who watched and covered it, had a very good combine. Who knows? All right. Who knows? When it's all at the end of the day, all wraps it up. It's just it's the bias or the information you have going into the combine either reaffirms what you believe in said player. All right, that's it for Hey, What the Puck. And again, brought to you by Restoration One in North Seattle. Your restoration company lets you avoid the stress of water, fire, and mold damage with their property restoration services. Locally owned and operated. Make them your first call when those damages affect your residential or commercial property. 206-817-8917. Visit them online at restoration1.com, the North Seattle franchise. Hey, real quick, and I'll shut up about this. 5:45 tonight, King 5. Chris Egan, King 5, did a story on the Ballard gymnastics team winning the state championship. Go check it out. 5:45 tonight. Also, which is available, Coug fans, you want to check out the Jimmy Rogers podcast that is up there right now. We released it on Friday, so it gets kind of lost in the weekend. But the Jimmy Rogers press conference is up, video and audio. So go to YouTube. Also check it out on Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your podcast. All right. That is it for us today. Sorry for the technical problems there with the Dane Brugler preview. My bad. Thanks for watching and listening today. Thank you to all the sponsors. As always, can't thank those guys enough. Limback Lumber, a clean streak. The home course in DuPont, of course, Georgetown Brewery. Check out the brand new Tavern Beer at your local bar. And, of course, go visit georgetownbeer.com. And, of course, Restoration One. Today's Daily Puck Drop up on YouTube. When you're there, please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Also find the Daily Puck Drop on your favorite podcast platforms. And, of course, at pucksports.com. When you're there, please sign up to become a member of the Pucks Posse. $5 a month. Gets you the support of all of our free content we do, plus VIP and exclusive content as well. Baseball coverage with Ryan Divish of the Seattle Times, and, of course, our NFL draft coverage with Dane Brugler of The Athletic. Check it out at pucksports.com. All right, we will talk to you tomorrow with another edition of the Daily Puck Drop coming up at 10 a.m. Until then, as always, and I mean it this time, I promise to be better.
No shoes, no ties.
Would anybody like to smoke some pot?
Yeah.
I was born to love you. I was born to lick your face. I was born to rub you. But you were born to rub me first.
What do you need my address for?
We'd like to send out a mailer.
Mother of mercy, I don't speak Japanese!